Well. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to show you guys about smart objects today. I was going to show you on another lesson. I even started to, and then I decided, no, that's a lesson by itself. So smart objects can be super helpful and they can be super annoying. However, here's the good news. If they're annoying, it's real easy to fix them to not be annoying anymore. And if you don't have one to be helpful, it's easy to make one so that it is helpful. They're very easy to control how you want to. And so, okay, here, let me just show you. I'm going to share the screen so you can see the Photoshop. Okay, so look at this. Have you ever brought something into Photoshop and you tried to just crop it? And you were like, look, I just want to crop out the eyes, and I hit delete. And it's like, I can't, well, I don't know, I can't do that. What? You can't just crop Photoshop? You can't just crop like you always do? Well, it can't, because it's a smart object. You see that little icon right there? I'm going to make it where you can see. Okay, let me deselect. So look at this. This little icon indicates it's a smart object. A smart object basically is an invisible force field that protects that layer and keeps it from any harm. That's basically what it is. However, look, I need to crop out something. So what you do is you just right click it and you say rasterize, which basically means, look, just make it out of normal pixels and no funny business. So I'll click rasterize. My little icon went away, indicating that it was a smart object. So now I can hit delete and it does crop it. So that's how to get rid of a smart object. However, sometimes smart objects are very helpful. So let me show you a thing. I'm going to right click and rasterize this again. So here is, I'm just going to put an annoying no symbol. This is not a smart object. It's not protected by an invisible force field, right? I'm going to make another clone of this guy. And this time I'm going to change it and we'll make it a check. Like, this is a smart object. You see the difference? I'm just going to put a check over here so you can tell what it is. Okay, so this one is going to be a smart object. Again, I'm going to right click it, make it a smart object, convert to smart object. Do you see the little icon right there? That big thing, the little box, whatever? Okay, this one is a smart object. There's a check. This one is not a smart object. It has a no symbol. So, oh boy, I'm going to resize it, just minding my own business, resizing it to make it very small. There's no smart object to protect this one. So whenever I decide, hey, I'm going to resize that, I'd like it to be big again, Photoshop's like, oh boy, oh no, I thought you didn't need that data anymore. So I just threw it away. I didn't know you were going to come back for more. And so when you resize it, it's like, that's real bad. That was that no symbol. Remember? No, this is not a smart object. However, guess what? This one is. Remember, all I did to make it a smart object was to right click and make it a smart object. Here, I'm going to take it off, put it back on, convert to smart object. Right click, rasterize, makes it not a smart object. Right click, convert to smart object, makes it, yes, a smart object. So watch this. I'm going to resize this one even smaller. I'm going to make it like a period on a page, like that. So tiny, so little. And then I'm like, you know what? Command T. Actually, I think I do want that large again. Photoshop's like, all right, got it. The smart object completely protected it. You see that? Do you see the difference? So, okay, once more. If you have something that is a smart object and you want it to go away because you want to crop something, I can't crop it. It's a smart object. It's got a force field invisible to protect it. Well, right click it, rasterize layer. It means make it out of normal old pixels with no funny business force field to protect it. And then it's unprotected so that, you know, the bad news is you could get a real low resolution quality version of it if you tinker around with it. But I'm going to step backward and get the high one again. But the good news is you can edit it however you want. Hit delete, what you crop it how you choose. The flip side is if you right click it and say yes, smart object, There's some things you can't do, like crop it out, but there's other things that you can do, like you can shrink it down super small and not even worry about it. Later on, you're like, you know what? I did want that to be big and clear after all, and it completely protected it because it's a force field. So sometimes it's helpful to do both, right? Sometimes you make it not a smart object temporarily, rasterize it, crop what you need to crop, then you put the smart object back on to protect it again if you think you're going to resize it. I'll step backward. I like this eyes. They're very noble. So, okay, that's how you deal with smart objects and basically what they are. So, in fact, really quickly, type is basically the same way. If I type in Cox, that's my name. And then we'll just make it pretty large so you can see it. So look, let's say I want to crop out a part of this and I hit delete. It's like, I can't do that. Well, guess what you could do? You could rasterize it and you could make it so it's a normal old layer, and then you could hit delete, do whatever you want. The flip side of that is if it's not a smart object, again, make it small, then you make it big, and Photoshop's like, my bad. I thought that you were done with that. And so as long as it's a type layer, I'm going to step back, it's basically a smart object. So, and if you do decide to rasterize it, which means make it not a smart object, you do have the option to go back and remake it a smart object. We basically, you know what we did today? We basically did the same thing over and over and over again. And I said the same words many, many times. If you have any questions about it, just let me know and I will come around and help out best I can. I hope that this explains the smart objects, how to deal with them, how to use them, how to get rid of them, when to bring them back, because sometimes sometimes you just got to know about that. And then